Alright, it's a continuation from the last video. I'm just going to go back and read this part real quick, and I'm going to read a couple other things from different parts of the Bible. Then the fire of the Lord fell and burned up the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and the soil, and also licked up the water in the trench. This is something that God did to show the people of Israel that He is the only living real God, because the prophets of Baal and Jezebel and all of them were the ones that they led so many people astray. And so when Elijah had prayed to God, like it says right at the time of sacrifice, the prophet Elijah stepped forward and prayed, Lord, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, let it be known today that you are God in Israel, and that I am your servant, and have done all these things at your command. Answer me, Lord, answer me, so these people will know that you, Lord, are God, and that you are turning their hearts back again. Then the fire of the Lord fell and burned up the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and the soil, and also licked up the water in the trench. When all the people saw this, they fell prostrate and cried, The Lord, He is God, the Lord, He is God. I'm going to go back to Genesis now. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, listen to that, and God said, that's real power right there. God said, He spoke it into existence. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and He separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the evening, and the darkness He called night. And there was evening and there was morning the first day. If any of you that watches these videos, you should read the Bible for yourselves too. There's so many stories in the Bible, like God stopping time. I did a video on that. Not that I don't remember how long ago, but I did a video about that. How like at some point in time, I think it's hold on. I don't know if it's. I don't remember exactly where it is right this minute, but I did a previous video about how God had stopped time. He held the sun and the moon and everything in place and kept the light. He kept it daylight so Israel could win the battle against their enemies. Because Joshua had prayed to God and asked God to hold the sun in place, and God stopped time. He literally stops time so that Israel can win. Then another thing God did, like I just read before, how Elijah prayed to God and asked Him to show that He is, to help Israel understand that He's the only real God. God did, threw fire down and consumed the offering and all the water and the wood and everything around it. And then, like another thing, like how Jesus walked on water when it was storming out, and his disciples were in the boat and they were all scared and everything. They thought he was a ghost, but he was telling them he's not a ghost, that he's really there. It's really him. And then Peter asked if he could come out onto the water. So Peter got out of the boat, and Jesus allowed him to be able to walk on the water too. He not only, and even just like before, and I read about how God gave Elijah the capability to outrun a horse. Do y'all know how fast a horse is? A horse can keep up with a car. And Elijah was given the power to outrun that horse. Okay? Just like how God gave the power of super strength to Samson so he could beat armies. Just like how God, literally, Jesus himself walked on water. He commanded a storm to go away, and it went away, and it was bam, it was clear skies. Waves were chilled out, everything was good. Jesus commanded demons to leave people. Jesus literally after being crucified and died, he literally came back to life and completely defeated death itself. Came back to life. He rose from the dead, completely healed and regenerated from all the wounds that were put on him, and healed back. And then when he came back, it's hold on, let me go to, hold on. I will find it. Might have to be in another video, y'all. I did pass it. Um,